Next, we're going to draw the dragon's head without the big horns, without the frill. I'm just going to concentrate on the face by drawing a light oval. Right where that teacup stops. And then I'm going to make this great big cheek that's stuffed with orange. Big letter C. Then I'll need this curve for the chin. And one more cheek, but this one is backwards C, much skinnier. Right on the edge there. After that, we'll put a tiny letter V for the mouth. And for the nose, we have two lines. One is the curve on top, and the other is a tiny little mark for the nostril. So I'll do a curve on top. And a little dot for the nostril. And the cheeks are so full that they cover up the bottom part of the eye. So we'll only draw half of an oval or half of a circle.
Oh, hey, my connection is bad, so I might keep going in and out.
It might disappear, that's all right.
Just keep coming back.
Yep, I'll just keep letting you in. This one's a little hard to see, so I'm going to zoom in. Then I'm going to add the horns. I had little mandarin orange wedges in mind when I was making these horns, so I was trying to think of fruit-like shapes. Of course, you can do whatever kind of horns you want. It's your dragon. But for this one, I'm making a big curve on the outside, flatter curve on the inside, and then connect it at the tip. And you can round off where it connects into the head. On the other side, same thing in reverse, so I have a flatter curve on the inside. The rounder, curvier curve on the outside. And even though there's no line there, I can almost see it already. I can almost see how it connects. Side note, if you don't like them as horns, you can put in another line and they become ears. So there's a choice for you if you'd rather have ears than horns. That's up to you. I'm going to leave mine horns just because that's what I did the first time. It'll be easier to follow. Next is this frill in the back. It's kind of like a triceratops. We've got one point in the middle, rounded off at the top. And then two on the sides. I like to go big, medium, small. On the other side too. The cheek might be so big that it covers up that last spike on mine. Next, we're going to draw the orange wedge. So I'm going to need a nice big curve. Actually, it crosses right over into the cheek. Nice big curve for the orange peel. You can see I'm sketching, making lots of lines. Lots of lines means lots of choices. And we erase the choices we didn't want. And the orange peel has thickness, so I'm going to follow my lines all the way around that curve again. And to make it look like it's being eaten, I make this line that shows the fruit a little bumpy, like bites have been taken out of it. And to hold that piece of orange, I need some hands. And these hands are just 3 little fingers around on the back. There's 1, 2, 3. Around on that side. I'll zoom in in so you can see a little better. I want to make sure that it goes beyond the orange ridge. I don't want my hand floating on the inside. I have to connect it to the body. We're going to have it overlap the orange. On the other side, we can only see fingertips. We're going to do this little shape right here. There's one finger. Same thing, just a little bit bigger. And one more small again. Then we need a body. So if you try to use your X-ray vision and see this shape by itself, no feet, no tail, no head, no arms, you can see it's kind of a rounded triangle. Because at the back here where there's the tail, there's kind of a corner. So we'll do a big curve. Flattens out at the bottom. That's the first part. I'll pause right there. And then in the front, we've got a curve that goes from the cheek. You can draw right through your orange wedge if it's easier. Rounded. It's nice if the body is a little bit lower than your teacup. If your body ends up here, it doesn't make sense. And if your body ends exactly even, it's just a little awkward. So it's nicest if your body will go below your teacup. If your dragon ends up a little tall, that's okay. Dragons come in all shapes and sizes. Then I can connect the hands to the body with a nice big curve that starts at the pinky claw. We'll just make a big curving line like that. From the other one too, I'll just add a little peekaboo line, tiny little line to show where the hand is connecting to the arm.
Is that your cat, Kristen?
Yep. Moaning, moaning. Buddy.
Oh, kitty.
There we go. Cameo appearance. Let's spotlight Kristen's cat for a moment. Let's look at this cuteness. Oh,
kitty.
Not enough attention.
looks very friendly.
Oh, she's hopeless.
Nothing but friendly.
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to add a tail. So coming right off of the body, I'll extend the line a little bit and have it curl up. So that line right there. I'll erase that teacup line so we don't get confused. And we'll have two lines on the top. One, that's a little short line. The other connects the end of the tail right into that line. Almost done. We just have the legs and the wing. Let's go ahead and do the wing. Looking at the top, we've got two lines here, one that goes up and then it goes back down. So from the body, I'm going to take a line that goes up. If it goes over your teacup, that's fine. And then I'll come back down, rounding off the top. And on the bottom, we have 1, 2, 3 little sections. If you want to draw the other wing over here somewhere, go ahead. I had a feeling that it's such a chubby dragon that we wouldn't be able to see any of the wing. It's kind of right behind him here. But it might be slightly different on yours, and it might look better if you can see both wings. That's up to you. Right now he looks like a little ghost dragon with no legs. And then for the leg. The leg has two parts. One right there for the thigh, and then the bottom of the foot right here that looks a little bit like a tulip flower. First I'll do that big oval for the thigh. And then lower, notice it's lower on the paper. Lower on the paper means closer to us. So I'm going to put that foot lower on the paper just slightly and make 3 toes. The other foot is turned away, So we'll just have a little line, a little bit higher than the tummy. Curve around the foot. And there's one toe. We'll zoom in so it's easier to see. Second toe. Probably can't see the third toe. But we had this round part for the leg on this side, so we'll have a round line on this side too.
Hey, Betsy. A question. Do you know if there's a way to make it so like your zoom, like without minimizing the page? Do you have any idea if you have the ability to like make it so even if you click on a new tab, that window is still open?
Without, like, to resize it?
Yeah, like I want to have it larger so I can actually see what you're doing while also like doing something myself.
I think
That is a constant problem.
Yeah, maybe just adjust the window size, but I don't know.
I was dreaming of having 2 screens last night.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, it might just be cramped side by side like I'm doing with these right now.
Yeah.
Or you can do like Stephanie and log in with your phone for my reference and then work on your computer. Last thing, we've got the table in the background, or I guess it's a table. Or we're just going to have a line that goes right through the entire thing. Go right through my teacup, right through my dragon, really lightly. You can use a ruler if you have one handy and would rather use that. Just make sure it's very, very light so that you can erase anything that's inside your dragon and your teacup. We are ready for color. We're going to start with the orange slice. So you're going to need orange, of course, and some yellow for the fruit on the inside. I'm going to color orange all inside the peel. Then I'll color in the fruit all yellow for my first layer. And very softly, I'll draw in some lines that point to the center. If this was a whole circle, it would point to the center. an orange slice. If you're using regular colored pencils, you're done. But if you've got watercolored pencils, we're going to get our brush and just stay inside the orange peel. Careful around those fingers. Then I'll rinse out my brush, start at the tip where it's yellow, and paint downward into the orange so that it'll blend. Be careful with those dragon fingers. If you paint yours in and go, mine looks like a lemon, you can take your brush and just get a little bit of orange off your pencil, and then you can just add it right in, and it'll blend a lot easier. If you try to color with the pencil on it, it won't blend. So just get it on your brush first, and then you can mix it in. If you think it's too yellow. While that's drying, I'm going to go over to my cinnamon stick. It's a dark brown and a light brown. With my light brown, I'm going to color one of the edges here, right up to the edge of the teacup. And I'm also going to color in that C that we drew on the top. And as you might have guessed, we're going to color the rest with the dark brown because that's the only color left. Right up to that edge, be careful on your edges. Watercolor pencil is so much harder to erase than a regular pencil. I'll put water on my light brown only. Wash off my brush. Add water to my dark brown and let it blend by itself in the middle. Then I'll choose the color for my dragon. On my first one, I was trying to mix purple, but it didn't really work. So I think this time I'll just stick with pink. And then I'm going to separate out the wing into parts that look like the orange fruit and then the part that looks like the dragon. On my drawing here, I'll just add a line for each point of the wing. And color in the top portion. Careful as you color next to that cinnamon stick. For the segments on the inside, I'll do the same thing that I did with the orange. First, a layer of yellow. And then some lines of orange right at the top. And I'm going to fill in the body pink as well, but not the tummy. I'm going to give myself a little line to stop right there and only color this part. Make sure your orange is dry so that the pink color doesn't bleed right into the orange.
Hey, Betsy.
Yep.
Can you zoom out a little bit so I can see how much of the page you're using?
Sure.
Hi, Stephanie. I didn't even hear you come in.
It's been a journey. My Timmy got stuck outside and I had to get a 40-pound tortoise to decide to go inside after he already was asleep.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's see here. How do I, and you're recording good so I can catch up. Start video.
I'll do the same thing with the tummy. I'm going to put down a layer of yellow.
So you got kind of a horizon line back there.
Yep, we got the edge of the table here. I'll show you the finished one here.
Oh, cute. So it's a straight line, okay.
Yeah, there's a straight line back there to indicate a table or something.
Okay.
Shelf.
I accidentally made my dragon way tubbier than yours.
That's fine. Tubby dragons are cute.
Look, Michaela, the one she's doing now is tubbier than the one she did before. It's all good.
Gained some weight there before before and after.
Yeah.
It looks like an orange. It's purple.
And I'll get my orange pencil, and I'm not going to do lines this time. I'm just going to press firmly, and then as I go up, I'll get lighter, 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 lighter. I'm going to go ahead and get my water brush and I'll start at the bottom. Work my way up to the top. We're about midway, right where the orange kind of stops. Wash out my brush. So I want this to stay yellow on the top. I don't want to mix any orange up in here. I'll start at the top here, come back down, and let it mix in the middle.
Got a big class today.
Mm-hmm.
People do love dragons.
Yeah, you can't go
Yes,
wrong
they
with
do.
dragons.
Dragons are amazing.
Betsy, I know I'm late and shouldn't ask, but did you do the body or the head first?
We did the head first.
Okay, thanks.
Now I'll do the inside of the wings. Just this part where it's yellow and orange.
Yeah, I left a little while ago and I came back. So now I'm just like hurriedly trying to like catch up.
Yeah, it's hard to hurry.
Yeah,
Better hurry through it.
takes some of the fun out. I was thinking of just saying
It
screw it
does.
because things kept being. But I said I am not going to let this stuff get in my way. But take some of the therapeutic fun out of it.
Yeah. We are mellow when we're hurrying.
We have plenty of time. We're only about halfway through class here. While I'm waiting for the tummy and the wings to dry, I can pick the color that I want for the tablecloth or the shelf or whatever this is. This one I used a dark blue. This time I think I'm going to use red. I don't use red very often. Same thing where I'm pressing hard at the top. And as I come down, I'm going to press lighter, 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 lighter until my pencil flies away. Careful inside your teacup. If I accidentally go with my red, it's going to be very hard to erase. But not impossible to fix. You can always have a black teacup. Black covers all mistakes.
Kristen, did you show Betsy what the dragon you did last week?
Oh, I didn't, but I will at the end.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I really like the toes she did on there.
I like toes. I learned it toes many years ago, so it's always fun to be able to do something you already know.
After I saw yours, I remembered Betsy teaching us that, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that?
This time I think I'll make the horns match the tummy. So I'm going to put down a layer of yellow. If you'd rather just color them in pink like the rest of the body, that's fine. And I'll get my orange. Color a little bit at the base. I'm going to make sure that the inside of my wing is dry. Whoops, no it's not, so I can't work on the body yet. I'll go ahead and paint in the horns instead. And again, if you're using just regular colored pencils, as soon as you finish coloring in the lines, you're done. You don't have to do this extra step of adding water.
Can you blend colors with colored pencil?
Yep. Colored pencils are all about layering, lightly building up those layers. Well, the horns are looking a little bit like candle flames, which is not my intention, but I'll fix those later. Maybe add some pink in there. Maybe just a little more orange. We learned how to do that. You just touch your brush to your pencil, get a little of that pigment, and then you can add it into the water. Yeah, that's a little better. I'll go ahead and add water to the tablecloth since I'm still waiting for my wings to dry. I'm going to get a regular brush this time. Start up at the top. Carefully drag across. Whoops, I need more water. Careful, careful. As much as you can, try to go with the surface of the table. As if I were painting a table, I'd be going side to side, not up and down so much. If you go up and down, it's fine, but it just shows the audience that this is flatter, or flat, I should say, if it goes horizontal.
Oh, we're supposed to color on the table now?
We were working digitally, right? So you can do it in any order you want. I'm
cool.
Stuck having to wait for things to dry. This is where a hairdryer also comes in handy.
So not everything's black, huh?
Yeah. Like I said in my demo one here, the reason the bottom of this teacup is yellow is because I went too fast and added water when this was still wet, and then it just leaked right in there and made it yellow. Which is fine, it's okay. Look kind of neat. But yeah, nobody would have done. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't wait for it to dry. You can make the teacup any color you want. I'm actually going to try to make it white, so I'm just going to use my black pencil. But I don't want it black, I want it light gray. So if you have a hard surface that you can put a drop of water on, this could be an old plate, or what else? A cap or a lid to something, a little bottle cap. Then you take your pencil and you just start coloring in the water, just like you were grinding like an ink stick. You can color that water to get a much lighter color than you could ever draw with. So let me show you over here as an example. I don't want to ruin this guy, but we'll draw on the back. If I try to use my actual colored pencil, even if I'm pressing lightly, the color is still really, really black, and I don't want it that black. So by mixing your pencil on something else in a pool of water, that one's so light you almost can't see it. That's what I want. I want a lighter color than the pencil will provide, so I just mix it into the water first. So, back to my teacup. Whatever color your teacup is going to be, it's going to be a little bit darker on the inside. So I'm going to paint my gray on the inside. And if it's not dark enough, I just touch my brush to my pencil and add a little bit more color. Whoa, a little too much. If it's a little too much, you grab your paper towel or a dry brush. Sometimes it's called a thirsty brush. Like this one here is dry and it'll just drink it right up.
What color are you making the teacup?
I'm making it white, so I'm just using grays.
Hmm.
So you can make it blue or purple or pink, green.
I'm cross-stitching teacup on white, and it has a lot of white and lighter white, and I'm going blind doing it.
So it's off-white and cream and beige and eggshell.
Yeah, so I feel your pain there with the teacup.
And you'll have a little bit of darker color on the inside of the handle. Doesn't matter if it's blue or purple or green or red, yellow. Shadow is going to be on the inside of the handle there.
Do I have to make the tea a specific color to demonstrate that it's like orange cinnamon?
No, that's why I put in the cinnamon stick. Because at this angle, if you had the tea showing, it's a really full teacup. And I didn't know if everybody wanted to do that. So I'm just going to have that cinnamon stick be my clue that it is orange spice tea.
Do you roll the eraser over your graphite, your pencils with this before you start?
In general, I do, yes. Just so that it doesn't mix with the paint so much.
Okay.
I'm waiting for things to dry again. I'm going to color a light layer of blue on the foot so that I have a shadow color. Just lightly. And then put my pink on top. If you're already making a blue dragon, you just need a darker blue or maybe a purple to make it just a little darker than the rest of the body. This leg's far away, so I'm going to color that a little bit of blue. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. There you go. Break into song.
I know.
And then
Thank you.
color it over with some pink. Go ahead and color in the head pink. And you can color this little frill a different color if you want. In my first one, it ended up kind of blue. And then only the face was pink. So if you like that, you can do that. Or this time I'm just going to try it all pink. Magenta, I should say. Pink is more like baby pink in my mind. If your horns are dry, mine are not, you could work on painting in the face. I think I can paint in this hand right here. Whoops, I'm off camera because my tablecloth is pretty dry. I'll paint in the body as long as I don't touch that wing. That's still drying. And once it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and paint in the whole head. You can go right over the eyes. We're going to fill those in with marker later anyway. Even if you're doing regular colored pencil, you can color right over the top because black covers all the colors.
Betsy, I saw on the one on the left, the horn is coming out like behind the head, and the one on the right is coming out in front of the head. Am I missing something?
That was just a mistake on
Did
my
I make
part.
it?
Yeah, do this one.
Do that one? Okay.
Yeah, they
'cause
should
I
both be behind.
redrawn that one. The bow should be behind? Oh.
This one
Yeah,
should be
okay.
behind the head, ideally.
Behind.
Doesn't always work that way.
Got it. Well, yeah, I was trying to make it work and I was struggling. Like, what do I, oh, that's, okay, now why? Okay, there. At least I know to ask these questions.
That's
You're the only
right.
one of.
Shows improvement.
Yeah? Yeah?
I kind of want to do shading on this a little bit like the last time, but like I don't know how.
Right here on this one, where there's blue.
I thought that was just a pattern of the dragon.
On this head it was, on the leg it was supposed to be shading, but like I said, the colors didn't work out as well as I
Oh,
could.
okay, yeah, that makes
Shading is just about picking a side and being consistent. So if you pick the left, it's the left side of everything. If you pick the right, it's the right side of everything.
Just reading to me.
If your drawing is all, or your painting is dry, you can get a thin black marker or a felt tipped regular writing pen, and you can go ahead and outline your whole drawing the way I did on this one. Or if you just want to outline the dragon to make it pop, that's something you can do too. I'll show you what it looks like when it's only the dragon that's outlined.
Show this. Okay.
So there's the difference between just inking and outlining the dragon, and you can leave the teacup and the tablecloth in the back, or you can outline everything like in that one. This one I added those two little marks to show he's still chewing. Oop, oop.
Betsy, the thing I couldn't ask last week, do you pencil everything or just pencil parts and then pencil other parts while that part's drying?
Yeah, the second one. We've been coloring
Got
in
it.
one section, moving over to another section while it dries.
Because I was like, oh shoot, I colored everything after class.
Mhm.
And I went, I bet it's going to bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you might.
That's why I usually add water in sections as I go, just to make sure it doesn't bleed. But sometimes the bleeding's an interesting effect.
Anyway, sure.
About 15 minutes left.
Oh right, I forgot shading. Are we supposed to do like shade on the floor in this one?
If you want to.
Scared me. You know what? I'm using like this brush that I used for painting.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing it does is it tends to like blend colors a lot. But I feel like it's kind of interesting how it sort of adds to the piece, I feel, and makes sort of like a, what's it called when color like reflects on stuff? Like it bounces off something to make another thing look a different color.
Bounce light?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel like that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Don't forget to sign your work. And today is January 13th. 2021.